Good evening, football fans. If you thought you've seen it all at Old Trafford, think again. Last night, under the iconic lights of the Theatre of Dreams, we witnessed a match that defied belief. A night where despair turned into sheer ecstasy, and one name stole the headlines. AMAD Diallo. From the depths of disappointment to a performance that will echo in United folklore, this young star proved why he's destined for greatness. Sit tight as we take you through the drama, the heartbreak, and the magic that unfolded on a truly unforgettable night for Manchester United. But that's football for you. It's magical, unpredictable, and always full of surprises. Just when you think things have hit rock bottom, a glimmer of hope emerges. Last night, that hope came in the form of AMAD Diallo, a young player, not the most prominent name in the squad, but one who made the entire stadium rise to its feet with an unbelievable hat-trick in the dying moments of the game. It was like a slow-moment movie. Every touch, every move from Diallo made the hearts of United fans race. To be honest, the first half of this match was one of the worst performances I've ever witnessed from Manchester United under Ruben Amorim. Can you believe it? A team that once epitomized dominance and victory found itself completely outplayed by bottom-of-the-table Southampton, a side that had managed just 6 points in 20 matches. Southampton entered the game brimming with confidence. Their passing was smooth, their control unrelenting, and they constantly forced United into reactive play. The standout player? Kamaldeen Sulemana, a name I suspect will haunt young Lenny Yoro for weeks to come. Sulemana turned United's right flank into his personal playground, beating defenders and creating chance after chance for his teammates. If it weren't for Andre Onana's incredible saves, Southampton would have been ahead much earlier. And then, in the 43rd minute, disaster struck. From a corner, one of those situations you'd expect every team to know how to defend, United fell apart. Southampton's Fernandes whipped the ball in, Tyler Dubling got a faint touch at the near post, and it ricocheted off Manuel Ugarte's back straight into the net. 1-0 to Southampton. I remember sitting there, staring at the screen in disbelief. An own goal at Old Trafford, in front of tens of thousands of fans. Absolutely dreadful. The boos from the stands were deafening as the halftime whistle blew. I can only imagine Ruben Amorim's fury in the dressing room. Truthfully, most of the fans in the stadium must have been bracing for the worst. A humiliating defeat at home to the league's bottom-place team. It was a nightmare scenario for anyone who loves Manchester United. But football always has room for miracles, for incredible comebacks. Just when it felt like all hope was lost, Ruben Amorim made decisive changes. And that's when the story of AMAD Diallo truly began. As the second half kicked off, the atmosphere at Old Trafford remained heavy. The fans were desperate for something, anything, to spark life into their team. But few dared to hope. Ruben Amorim knew he couldn't allow the game to drift further out of reach. He acted decisively, making crucial changes at halftime. Kobbie Mainoo, who had struggled to make an impact in midfield, was replaced by Antony. Additionally, Ramos Solún and Manuel Ugarte, both enduring forgettable performances, made way for Joshua Zirkzee and Toby Collier. These substitutions immediately injected new energy into United's play. The Red Devils began to control possession more effectively and piled pressure on Southampton's defense. Despite the improvement, the equalizer remained elusive. The clearest chance fell to Antony, who many hoped would deliver a moment of magic. Alejandro Garnacho, with a brilliant run down the wing, delivered a perfect cross to Antony, leaving him with what seemed like a straightforward finish. But instead of finding the net, Antony lost his footing and sent the ball straight into the grateful hands of Aaron Ramsdale. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a moment that summed up the frustration of the United faithful. It felt as if misfortune was still clinging to the team. Southampton, meanwhile, continued to play with remarkable confidence. Kamaldeen Sulemana kept tormenting young Lenny Yoro, while Tyler Dibling and Martinus Fernandes persistently tried to exploit gaps in United's midfield. But Andre Onana, the standout performer for the Red Devils throughout much of the match, remained resolute, denying the visitors time and again. And then, with just over 10 minutes remaining, the miracle happened. Ruben Amorim made a bold gamble, placing his faith in AMAD Diallo, a player who up until that moment no one had pegged as the game's potential hero. In the 82nd minute, in a seemingly innocuous situation, the ball found its way to Diallo on the edge of the box. He carried it forward and unleashed a shot, only for it to be blocked by Kyle Walker-Peters. But Diallo didn't give up. He charged after the rebound and fired a thunderous strike into the far corner of the net. The emotions at that moment were indescribable. Despair turned to hope in an instant. Old Trafford erupted like never before. I'm certain that every Manchester United fan watching, whether at the stadium or at home, leapt from their seats, screaming as if they themselves had scored. It was the spark the game desperately needed, and Diallo had ignited it in spectacular fashion. You could feel the excitement radiating from the players and fans, but one thing was clear: the game was far from over. There was no time for prolonged celebrations. United quickly placed the ball back at the center circle, ready to push for more. And then, the miracle continued. In the 90th minute, following a beautiful sequence of play, Christian Eriksen received the ball in midfield and delivered a perfectly lofted pass. Diallo, like a gust of wind, darted between two Southampton defenders and unleashed a stunning volley straight into the bottom right corner of the net. 2-1 to Manchester United. It was a goal that showcased maturity, composure, and the class of a player many had previously written off as just a squad option. But Diallo wasn't finished yet. In the final minutes of stoppage time, he sealed his night of magic. A careless mistake by Taylor Horwood-Bellis saw the ball land at Diallo's feet inside the box. With confidence soaring, Diallo coolly slotted past Aaron Ramsdale to complete his first Premier League hat-trick. 3-1 to Manchester United. At that moment, words could no longer capture the emotions. Diallo had not only rescued his team from the brink of a humiliating defeat, but had elevated the match to a new level, a performance where he stood as the brightest star. The cheers from the crowd, the awe in the eyes of every fan and player, all belonged to this young man who had just etched his name into Old Trafford folklore. As the final whistle echoed through Old Trafford, the stadium erupted like never before. A night that began in utter despair ended with smiles and uncontainable euphoria. The roars of celebration reverberated from the stands as fans chanted the name of AMAD Diallo, the unexpected hero of the match. This wasn't just a hat-trick, it was a performance that redefined Diallo's narrative in a Manchester United shirt. However, amidst the joy, there was room for reflection. The victory over Southampton couldn't mask United's glaring weaknesses. The defense remains a major concern, with the team conceding 10 goals from corners in just 21 matches, a worrying statistic for a club with ambitions to compete at the highest level. Ruben Amorim may have temporarily eased the pressure, but there is still a mountain of work ahead to steer this team in the right direction. This win, as vital as it was, cannot become a reason for complacency. But above all else, this was AMAD Diallo's night. His first Premier League hat-trick not only secured the victory, but sent a powerful message. Diallo is ready to shoulder responsibility when it matters most. His fighting spirit, decisiveness, and clinical finishing are exactly what Manchester United needs in the challenging road ahead. For the fans, belief is beginning to return, and for Diallo, tonight marked more than just a milestone in his career. It was a statement that the future of Manchester United lies in the hands of young stars like him. A magical night, a new hope. The match between Manchester United and Southampton was an emotional rollercoaster, taking fans from despair in the first half to revival in the second, and culminating in the explosive joy of AMAD Diallo's hat-trick. This game encapsulated all the shades of football: frustration, hope, and euphoria. A standout performance came from Christian Eriksen, who, despite starting on the bench, made a significant impact. His creativity shone, particularly with his exquisite assist for Diallo's second goal. However, there were glaring issues that cannot be ignored. Defensively, United's frailties remain a serious concern. Young Lenny Yoro, though promising, endured a tough night against Kamaldeen Sulemana. Defensive lapses, especially during set pieces, once again proved costly. The statistic of conceding 10 goals from corners this season highlights a critical weakness that demands urgent attention. In attack, Some players underperformed. Alejandro Garnacho, while industrious, lacked effectiveness in key moments, while Antonio was even more disappointing, notably with an unbelievable miss from close range. On the other hand, Andre Onana, despite conceding an unfortunate goal, delivered a stellar performance with crucial saves, particularly in the first half. This victory, while essential, serves as a stark reminder to Ruben Amorim and his team of the areas that still need improvement. But amidst the flaws, there is a beacon of hope in AMAD Diallo, a young star who is steadily carving out his place at Old Trafford. Thank you for watching the video. Let us know your thoughts by leaving a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please support us by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss our latest uploads. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.